makeup of the football club, we've got 3 performance teams on a weekend in our National League programme. That's the first team that play in the Welsh Premier League, or the Cymru Premier League as it's now called. We have a reserve team that play in the Ardal Reserve League, and we have a Wales under-19 team that play in the Cymru Premier Academy League. And then we've got, I'm going to get caught out here, under 18s, 17s, 16s, 15s, 14s, 13s, 12s, 10s, 11s, 9s in the academy. But not just the men, the female. We have a female part of the academy as well, which is growing nicely. And then when it comes to Wednesdays, we have our Bucks programme, where the men's first team in the Bucks Premier League, and then we have 6 teams in Bucks. So it's a huge club, and unfortunately the Bucks part of the club hasn't been really seen over the last 18 months because of COVID. But last year I didn't personally, but 1 or 2 members of the club, Becky Nuttall and Liam Black, they put a fantastic competition together, the King Coyd Cup.
Your champions of the King Coyd Cup, Seshfield Wednesday.
And that really brought Bucks back to the limelight, and it was really good to have that, because it's been lost, and it's a big thing for us, because we use Bucks as a support network to the National League, and it's been good for players to get game time in those games. And we've been Bucks champions 3 times in my time, but also it's an opportunity to see players that didn't catch the eye when they first come in, and a great example is Bradley Woolridge, our old captain. He came in into the 4th team and worked his way to the 3rd team, worked his way to the 2nd team, and then for 5 seasons in the Welsh Premier League, he's Welsh Premier League captain. So it shows there is progression. People sometimes think that you get into Bucks and that's it, you're stuck in the 6th team or the 5th. No, particularly our football club, if you show the determination, you show the willingness, the hard work and the desire, and more importantly for me, the commitment to be part of the club, then you get your rewards. And Brad will be the first to admit, like myself, that Brad is not an outstanding football player. He just does the basics very, very well, quick, strong, and was a good leader, and hence why he was captain for so many years.
Don't mind if you put your foot through it, back this way. Yeah. Okay? We've got to understand, fellas.
I think it's just the degree of buy-in which we ask from the players. Inevitably with our nature, our structure, transition is a big part of the club. But the older the senior players obviously police the sort of implicit rules which govern the club. And in fairness, the new lads who come in, they do a real good job of finding their feet really early and buying into the principles. I use principles as a key word. We're a very principled club, and sticking to those principles is something which Christian, as the head coach, is ingrained into us as players.
Yeah, our ambition is to start quick. We saw last year with a slow start what can happen, and it got a bit nervous at times, but just to develop, build players in, bring new players through, have a really good cup run as we always do, and to make that top 6. It's always important that top 6, once you get into there after the 22 game mark, you're going to be in the league the next season. So it's always to aspire to beat last year's points total, last year's wins, etc., but ultimately to develop the players and stay in the league. That's our ambitions for next year. I'd love to be able to turn around and say we're going to win the league, but when you've got the likes of Connors Key, champions for 2 years on the bounce, you've got TNS, 10 times champion, you've got Bala, Barry Town, etc., spending the vast amount of money that they do, we're not going to be able to compete with that. But as long as we can compete to our standards and the ability we have in the group, then that's important for us.